What it do, y'all? We back with another episode of Wrestling with Exotics. It's your boy, the WWE champion of the motherfucking world, Franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
You know what I'm saying, man? I'm more absolute than Ricky Stark. Think I need a Fiji water.
You heard me. And we're going to be breaking down SummerSlam. This was actually a decent pay-per-view. I will say I am a little disappointed, though, because I predicted most of this pay-per-view. And, you know, when you've been watching wrestling as long as we have, and you just kind of know what's going to happen already, you understand, but at the same time, it's just disappointing when you're right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, damn, like, why did I have to be right about this shit? That's the perfect segue into this match. Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I knew Logan Paul was going to win this match simply off the fact that he's lost at the last two pay-per-views. So WWE needed to get him right, get him back on that uphill trajectory, so that way he can actually be a legible WWE superstar. What'd you think about this match, though?
It was a great match from beginning to end. I feel like it was a clear heel, clear face, told a great story. I feel like they did incorporate spots, but this is the first match that Logan Paul had that he was telling the story throughout the whole match. Because even though his matches with, like, say a Seth or a Roman, and it's good storytelling in that, I feel like this is the first chance he had a real, actual kind of different kind of build. Yeah. Where they're viewed almost on the same level, which is like...
Did this match make you look at him like an official WWE
That's
wrestler?
what it was for, and I feel like more so than ever, yeah, because to work with Ricochet, it's a higher speed, it's higher work rate. That's why they put him out there to see that, okay.
Right, that's an entirely different skill level right there.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like he definitely showed that he has that tenacity. He has the capability to do a lot in the ring. And going forward, I think Ricochet was the final nail in the coffin about that he's not really one of the guys when it comes to being a WWE wrestler, because Seth Rollins kind of initially opened that door up by saying that he's only here for the views and stuff, and Ricochet kind of kept it going because he's probably looking at Seth beat you and I think I'm good as Seth. But this is set up for Ricochet to start heading towards championships and other things.
Just like Damian Priest when he lost to Bad Bunny, and now he's Money in the Bank winner. So, definitely I can see the same thing going for Ricochet. He's not about to go out here and win no Royal Rumble or nothing like that, but Ricochet definitely has to be next up eventually. Like, he has to be.
I would say Royal Rumble. I see him having a... I don't want to give him mid-card title. He's already had that, but I just feel like that's where he needs to start to go back. And then maybe he's the one to beat Gunther after all, because Gunther... he's had to learn from all his mistakes.
He wouldn't be the first Goliath that David has taken down, and David being Ricochet. That's my dog, bro. I also got to mention that him and Logan had tremendously great spots throughout this entire match. One of my favorites, personally, was seeing Logan Paul do the buckshot lariat outside of the ring, connecting to Ricochet.
Yeah.
Now, I need you guys to understand the level of difficulty this move is. CM Punk botched this move twice in a match. You saw how hard it was for CM Punk to do it. Cowboy, Hangman Adam Page, obviously he does this move with ease. It's his finisher. But for Logan Paul to come and do this move as a part-timer, and then not only that, but switch it up to where he's doing it outside of the ring, I think it's crazy. And like, I feel like he doesn't get enough credit because how difficult that move is to actually land on your feet outside of the ring and then deliver a picture-perfect clothesline is so impressive to me. And I feel like that move right there also stamped him as a legible WWE superstar. Like, it's showing that Logan Paul can do the best of the best moves, or can actually compete with the best of the best and hang. You know what I mean? And look credible. So, like, I think this was good for him. Also, like the neck breaker that they did. Ricochet did this wicked-ass neck breaker off the top rope to Logan Paul. The way he dragged his neck down and it bounced off the mat was just like, yo, okay, yeah. That's why Ricochet need to be champ.
Definitely. I feel as though Logan Paul, he's done several moves. The buckshot lariat was cool, but personally wasn't my favorite. I think my favorite move was him using the brass knucks to beat Ricochet. Cause that was like
he was on his William Regal shit.
That was his old school heel tactics, and I'm like, Ricochet, you finally stand this man as an overall heel. Like, he cheated to win, not like someone interfered. He full on put thought into cheating to beat you.
Ricochet need to think about turning heel too, because all this nice guy, superhero, happy-go-lucky shit, It ain't working for you like that.
It's not winning the championships. It got you getting your girlfriend announcing the winner is Logan Paul.
Right, man, and that type of shit right there would make me turn heel. I'm acting bad the rest of the year. I'm showing out. I'm coming out. Dom is North American champion right now, Ricochet. Like, you better go get you one. Go get you one. Austin Theory champ right now. Go get you one. You good.
All right, leading to that great convicted win by Logan Paul, we move right along to Cody's uphill battle with life, known as Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate. Man, I got faith for my dog, and something told me last time we were filming that Cody gonna somehow pull this shit off. And sure enough, what does he do? He gets a decisive victory over Brock Lesnar. Got Brock Lesnar to break character, break script, and if you don't remember, a couple months ago, I was saying Brock doesn't sell for anybody. Mm-hmm. And when he was initially taking the first ever Cody cut we ever saw him take, or just even seeing him get hit by a Cody Rhodes, it's like he getting hit by a brick or something. So I know this match and just seeing what Cody put into this, I feel like that made Brock really respect him on a different level. Mm-hmm. Outside of this, because Brock is a combat athlete, and he's like, bro, there's people twice your size that complain about stepping in the ring with me. And you're consistently calling me out, and you're not even looking for me to be put under you over in like a skid or something, or you got to go every time. I'm beating your ass every time we're in the ring or every time we're in person. But you still showing this determination, and it's like, he reminded me a little bit of John Cena with that determination, but it's different with Cody, because it's just like, you know Cody, and you know what he comes from, and you know what he's doing it for. And we've always grown up watching John Cena kind of like, John, you just get this shit from yourself. Like, you got this drive, but Cody's like, nah, Cody got a reason. He tells you the reason for this shit. So low-key, Cody, like, he boxed himself in the corner. He can never give up on screen, bro, because it's just like, they'll come up like, what Dusty gonna say about that? Mm-hmm. He can never let that shit slide. So seeing him compete, and even the 3 crossroads he delivered to get this match was just dope to see, man. What do you think about it?
This was a great match, but as I said at the beginning of the show, it just sucks when you kind of know what's going to happen. And I expected Cody to win this match because they're trying to solidify him as a legible, possible one-day WWE champion. And for those who didn't understand why I was saying that he didn't deserve to beat Roman yet, it was mostly because he didn't go against people like Brock Lesnar yet. I mean, he went against Seth Rollins, but you got to build that resume up. Seth Rollins can't be the only reason why. Roman Reigns has beat Seth Rollins before. Roman Reigns has beat Brock Lesnar. Like, you got to build the resume up with some of these dudes that have been former WWE champions before you just come out the blue after you was just Stardust and win a WWE championship off of somebody that's been holding this for 3 years. 3 years? Just to go up and smoke to Stardust? No, it doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. You can't. I respect everything that Cody has done outside of the WWE. That you have to tip your cap to that. But you have to understand that the last time WWE fans seen you, that's how you were being depicted, as Stardust. So you got to show us that you can go against today's talent and be just as great as you were in indie, and then we will believe you being a legible WWE champion one day.
I see a little bit to what you're saying too. Like, I agree with a little bit of it. I feel like Cody has faced crazy talent because he's faced Kenny Omega. He's been in crazy feuds with people who are high level talent. But I do feel like he still needed that WWE stamp. That's why he came back.
Exactly.
And just wanted to just do that because his dad wasn't even that successful in WWE as Cody is right now. And he never was a champ. So Cody, if he really was lackluster, he could settle for this because his dad never received any highlight treatment like this. Fuck all that polka dot shit. Cody disfigured his first run in WWE. He basically was on that level like his dad. That's why they turned him out and said you could be on some Stardust type of thing or something like that. Because we know the Rhodes family are company men. That's how they looked at him. And I feel like this Cody, he's a different version of a company man. He's the man that represents the company.
Yeah.
He's not a company man, if you get what I'm saying. He's not gonna do whatever. He's not gonna roll over because it's gonna make the company look good. Right. He looks good, so the company wants him to represent them. It's like one hand wash the other. and Bro's gonna watch the face. So I feel like in the long run, he's gonna get that WWE Championship run. But I feel like that's why he's also not rushing into it, being in the fact that he is 37. So there is no time to rush it and just get it over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And it was really cool seeing Brock Lesnar give Cody his props at the end of the match. Cody definitely deserved that moment. But at the same time, like, I'm a realist. There was a little cap in that match. Brock Lesnar should have had that match won a long time ago. Brock Lesnar supplied Cody Rhodes with 2 F5s, bro. Back in the day, 1 F5 was enough to finish one person. And another F5 through the table, barely beating a 9 count, like he should have been done. Cody Rhodes got the brakes beat off him all the way up to that point and then beyond. And then for him to still pull out this win was just like, yeah, you had to be a Superman or on some steroids or something or John Cena for this to even be possible. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, they had to play a little cap into this story, but at the end it was still a good story to see. I don't like that they just made Brock Lesnar turn on Cody out the blue and never told why. I thought that was lame, and I think that made this story kind of half-assed done. And I know Cody Rhodes in his press conference interview said that he does not want to wrestle Brock Lesnar again, but I think for the sake of this, we need to see it go to 7. Because, nah, bro, Brock Lesnar got to get his get back. It should be the best of 7. It don't have to be in the same year, but I definitely want to see this matchup again. Maybe under a different stipulation. Maybe with one of them actually having a belt this time around, like, or something. Like, I want to see this over the years. It can't just end with these 3 matches. Like, no, it can't end like that. And Cody, you have to expect this again. Because when you become champion, Brock Lesnar ain't going nowhere. He want to be champion one day too. Again. So, you know, that's just what type of competitor he is. So, expect him. Like you expect Jesus to come back. Alright, up next, I want to talk about what I think has been the greatest battle royal in I don't know how long, bro. I typically watch battle royals with disinterest and don't really care about them, but this one just had a different vibe to it. I mean, they had a lot of great wrestlers, a lot of great spots. Everything made sense. LA Knight got his win, got his big push, and the entire arena went crazy. I thought this one was straight. You know what I mean? What'd you think about this battle royal?
It just proves to me one thing. We know the question I keep asking. We know whose game is it, and it's clearly it's today. The man on my shirt, LA Knight. Yeah, you know he continues to show with or without pushes in the ring. He's gonna be mentioned. He's gonna get that crowd reaction. And like you said, I'm glad that you noted that the crowd went wild. I just want to highlight something as well. LA Knight is he's an up and comer in WWE. Don't get me wrong, I support him, but realistically he hasn't done anything yet, and that's why I'm itching for him to keep getting these accolades. So because I already see that he has the star factor all over him, and he already knows how to talk. He knows how to captivate a crowd. That's why WWE keeps putting a microphone in his hand, because they're like, we don't have a lot of these superstars or people that can actually talk like you.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Because he's not saying nothing crazy.
It's just how he deliver it. He is how he deliver it.
Because you would have swore that whatever he said was big shit, but it wasn't. When you really think about what he said and break it down, you'd be like, that was kind of lame. Like, I would have said that, or like I would have said something cooler. But you're right. The way he delivers it is what gets the pop with the crowd for some reason.
Because he knows what he's doing, and it's like he looks around at them and
Eli Drake,
LA Knight. Anyway, you want to put it, he's a winner in my book, and that's what he did. I just want to also highlight how
Eli Drake was low-key more successful than LA Knight is currently.
Currently, but it's up and coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is just the beginning, because that U.S. title is coming home. And I can't wait can't wait, because everybody was saying, what's wrong with this LA Knight guy? Why are you supporting him, Cam? What's going on? He's going to fizzle out. He's still here. I see him being a major player leading into the end of this year and the majority of next year at the beginning time. Because he's going to do a complete 180 from what he did in 2023 in that Royal Rumble. He's going to win a Royal Rumble match, if not necessarily the 30-man, but he's going to be on the pay-per-view and he's going to win at that pay-per-view. I for sure see that happening. Because why is he's moving up the card slowly but surely before our eyes. Also noting
that man gets a U.S. championship, bro. SmackDown is gonna be unbearable.
It's gonna be lit. He gonna be walking up on everybody like, yeah, you bum. You should have fucked with me, but you didn't want to. Yeah. And then he's gonna walk away from him. And then they're gonna be like, I need a match with LA. I need a match with LA. And that's when he's gonna. If all you gotta do is win, all you gotta do is win. The character sells itself. It just needs W's to back it up. Just one more point I'd like to make. Notice how LA Knight was able to get a crowd reaction in the entrance. Austin Theory is the United States champion. He's this pansy ass in that ring like a jobber. Had to double take and squint my eyes to find him in the back. And then I realized, I was like, ooh, the Miz got a little halfway out.
But he had a good moment in the match, though.
Had a good moment. But then look at this, though. That showed me some real shit, because even the Miz is in high regards in you right now. They said, let's give you a little half-ass entrance. That champ is supposed to at least get that half-ass entrance because niggas booing him already, so it's supposed to be like, he's still respecting him. That's something I was really peeping. Then I seen that Night came out, I thought, okay, it's only Miz and Night, and I was like, oh, AJ, I was like, okay, that's not too much props on LA, like, you get a full one, and Miz, 2-time champ, only get like half. Mm-hmm. So they low-key is like, okay, LA, look, this is what you could really be on. See AJ going on last and get the biggest pop, you know what I'm saying? But you only get that pop because you've earned that. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see, bro, Grayson Waller would be someone I'd like to see him fight.
Yeah, at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing Grayson Waller tag team with The Miz. I feel like that'd go way better than him and that last dude that he had, that O'Brien nigga, or what was his name? O'Reilly? Oh, yeah, it was O'Reilly. Yeah. This will work out way better than Miz and O'Reilly. I also wouldn't mind seeing Grayson Waller team up with Austin Theory. Like, obviously have Austin Theory drop the belt and then they become a tag team. Because they look like they could just be perfect, you know?
Yeah, like, you could groom him into being like a better Miz. Like, don't say yes to this.
Or the Miz, Grayson Waller, and Austin Theory create a faction. Could you imagine that? Like, they would be terrorizing WWE.
I just feel like, oh my God.
All helping each other win matches, and then they all become successful mid-card champions or something like that, or I don't know.
That'd be unbearable, bro.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, bro, WWE, y'all can put that in the works, because that was what I got. This Battle Royal produced a lot of great moments, bro, like, and a lot of great face-to-face matchups that I can't wait to see actually develop in WWE. Like, we even seen the LA Knight face up against The Miz. I thought that was hilarious because LA Knight literally looks like an older version of The Miz. When The Miz was looking at LA Knight, it looked like he was looking into the future a little bit. He was like deer in headlights, kind of. Like, damn, this is what I'm going to look like. Like, I'm just going to be a buff old nigga. They both got the full hawk. Like, they could be twins. LA Knight looked like he low-key to Miz's dad.
After that glorious Battle Royal, we got into some real gritty shit, you know what I'm saying? It was Shayna Baszler taking on Ronda Rousey in an MMA rules match. Now, this is the first ever format like this for WWE, but I feel like this is a strong missed opportunity. They could have used the fight pit in this sense, and they could have rubbed like the rounded one if they wanted to separate it from the men's one, which I think the rounded one, the Lions Den, that's what Ken Shamrock called it. I think that's better.
I honestly agree with you on that because I feel like that was the only thing missing, honestly. Like, it had the MMA feel, but it didn't have the actual ring.
Yeah, and especially because it's SummerSlam, it would have been a perfect time to use that match because it's not like you're wasting the magnitude of it on like a shittier B-level pay-per-view.
They could have just filmed it like backstage area type deal somewhere. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like the fight pit would have been better because it would have just made it like, okay, they already used to the cage. They ain't never got this cage feel in WWE. Might as well, especially if this is going to be Ronda's last match for a while. And I feel like this was the best way she could have done a favor because I know
that shit broke my heart at the end of the match when I thought about that, bro.
You know the recurring theme throughout those promos that they were having with Shayna was like, Ronda's never looked out for me as being a friend, and I felt like that was the most friendship shit she could have did because she could have just said that you already sold me like
Ronda could have put that bitch down like at 3 different points of that match. The step up enziguri definitely had Shayna Baszler on skates.
That kick Shayna did to Ronda had her knocked her out the ring was nuts.
Yeah. Luckily, Ronda was able to bounce back with that, and that's when she hit that step up. And then Ronda was also about to tear her arm out the socket. You know what I mean? Like, Ronda really had this match won, but it's Ronda's pride, and because Ronda's her friend, Ronda didn't let Shayna Baszler quit. And then that ended up leading Ronda to getting tapped out 2 minutes later, which was honestly hard to watch because that's pretty much what happened in her last UFC match, right? She had got slept or some shit like that.
She got knocked out.
Right? So I'm like, yeah, like, I don't want this to be Ronda Rousey's last match. I don't want you to go out like this to Shayna Baszler. I want you to come back, beat the dog shit out of Shayna Baszler in the same match, and then I want you to go back and get that WWE Women's Championship. I want to see her and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. That shit would be fire. And that would be the only time I possibly might go against Bianca Belair, because that would be her biggest feat. And even John Cena struggled with Brock Lesnar. It didn't bode well the first time around for John Cena. So I wouldn't imagine the same for Bianca. But Bianca's cut so different, like, I don't know. She might be able to be something better than John Cena. And it seems like her mindset at this point in time is a little better than John Cena is right now, because she's like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm the EST. I'm solid at this. You can give me whatever you want to give me, all the deals or whatever, but I'm right here. I'm staying right here. And I wish John was more like that. Like, yeah, I'm going to do these movies, but at the end of the day, I'm this. I'm putting on for this. I'm trying to be the greatest of all time. If John Cena would have never went to Hollywood, bro, he'd probably be a fucking 20-time WWE champion by now. He should be. And I feel like I've been robbed of that type of shit. But Bianca, she gonna provide that type of shit. And Ronda, she's also someone that could provide that type of shit. That's why I don't want her to leave. I feel like everybody taking advantage of Ronda. You know what I mean? And Ronda, I feel like Ronda also looks at a lot of the negativity that she receives online and shit like that. And it's all like, yo, like, don't pay attention to none of that. If that's what it is, stay off social media, Ronda, because real shit, we love you. We love you.
That was a great victory for Shayna Baszler, though. I can't wait for you. You need to start going on and take on Rhea Ripley, or, well, she's not on your brand now. You can go against Iyo. Now this perfect opportunity to start opening mid-card titles, because Shayna Baszler's looking a badass, and she can be going on against people just like Zoe Stark was cut just like her.
But man, I can't wait to talk about that match. But the title picture is so screwed up right now. It's going to be crazy, bro. Like, they're going to have like maybe an eliminators match or a fatal four-way to see who's going to be the number one contender for Iyo's belt. Yeah. Because you got Bianca, now Shayna, Charlotte Flair, you know she not about to take this lane down. And then you got Asuka trying to get hers. So that's a lot of women itching for one belt. That's why I keep saying, WWE, it's time to make some new belts, man. Because Charlotte could easily go be a United States champion right now or something like that, or move on. But that's why she has almost as many championships as her dad. Because there ain't no other belts for her to compete for.
Yeah, she just got to go for that one belt, and that's the main one. So
that's the main one. That's the only one. But yeah, man, like you said, Shayna Baszler, this is a great match for her. This is about to put her on that uphill trajectory to being a champion. I felt like WWE has always written her wrong since her rise to this main roster, and it's her time to get right. And this is the perfect time. Iyo's champ, that should be an easy dub for you. You've already beat her before. Put her to sleep and get your belt, and let's get this shit cracking then, if that's what it is. As far as this match goes, though, I gotta say, I love this idea for this type of match. WWE needs to do more matches like this, and I feel like this type of match could also revive someone's career, such as Matt Riddle or anyone else with a possible MMA or UFC background. Like, imagine Bobby Lashley in this type of match. Oh shit, against somebody like this is a real money-making match, and nobody else in wrestling is doing this type of thing right now. So I think WWE needs to elaborate on this and take it to the next level. Get the cage. And then also really throw all the WWE shit out of the way. Like, I want to see someone really get done up UFC style. Like, when you get out that match, you better be looking like someone else almost. You know what I mean? I'm expecting nose broken. I'm expecting real violence. I'm expecting black eye. I'm expecting real UFC style type of shit. You guys just signed with the UFC. Bring that shit on. And I bet you nobody will look at Matt Riddle as a joke no more. And I bet you half of that roster would be scared to get in that ring with that boy. And I bet you we wouldn't be on here clowning him every other week. You could paint Matt Riddle could paint his nails all he want and do whatever he want after that. Because I'm telling you, this type of match would really elevate WWE because nobody else is doing it right now. Y'all got to stay on it. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about Gunther versus Drew McIntyre's match. This was an excellent match by the Ring General. That nigga, Ludwig Kaiser be doing all type of crazy shit with his tongue while this nigga trying to say Gunther name. But, yeah, man, this is a great match by them. Drew McIntyre obviously took the L, which was expected. It's just not your time, bro, and I'm just pissed that it had to be Drew McIntyre to take this L because it's like, bro, we know it's set for Gunther to break this record. He's only 32 days away, bro. You will not stop what Gunther got going on.
Of course.
So with that being said, I could definitely see Drew McIntyre winning the next go-around, but Gunther's not losing this belt in the next 32 days.
Definitely not.
Whoever he goes against, he will defeat.
I could say the next 100 days he's not losing it either.
Yeah, no, because I told you, like, after he breaks the record, he's got a stamp that he's the legitimate champion. You know what I mean? And that means he can't lose the belt like 20 or 50 days after. They got to build some time on that. He's got to really break that record. You know what I mean? They might throw 300 days on that bitch. The way Gunther's character is built, the way he carries himself in the ring, and how passionate and serious he is about what he does in that ring, I can easily see him being champion. Honestly, I can make the argument and say that he's a better champion than Roman Reigns because Gunther sends the Imperium dudes to the back every pay-per-view. Gunther goes out there and fights by himself. And if them niggas dare to interrupt that match, he cusses them the fuck out or slaps the shit out of them. Like, you trying to embarrass me? You trying to make me look soft? That's how serious Gunther is about this shit. So I could definitely see him having another 300 days on this title reign, bro. Like, he's just that type of dude. And that's the type of character that I've come to respect. And at first, I didn't really like the name change, and I still don't like the name change. I wanted him to still be Walter. But even with this Gunther name, like, I respect him just as much, bro, because of just simply how he carries himself in the ring and how serious he is about this shit. Like, if Roman Reigns came out and was like this and was all like, I don't need my family to come out here and help me beat you. You, Kevin, Sammy, Bob, AJ, y'all some weak-ass niggas. I don't need my family. Like, if he was like that, then I would respect Roman more and really call him the GOAT. Like, yeah, this 1,000-day reign is that. But Roman's been using help ever since last year. He hasn't won a match by himself since last year. So that's why I say that's the difference between him and Gunther, and why I feel like at this point Gunther is a better champion. What did you think about this match overall?
I thought Gunther and Drew had a great match. It was real hard hitting. It couldn't duplicate what Sheamus and Gunther did earlier in the previous last year, but I just feel like they had their own story, and I feel like this is gonna push Drew to turn heel. And I
really hope it does.
As like this Monday Night Raw, there's no more countdown to Claymore. There's no more a fun guy. I want to see Drew.
Yeah, stop pandering to the crowd. Like, what are you doing?
Drew gonna go back to the hair in his face, the big ass jacket, stand by himself.
Bro, heel Drew McIntyre, nobody's ready for.
Nobody can be with him. Because he doesn't give a fuck.
Bro, that's why he bullied his way into the Intercontinental Championship picture and then held it down for so long and was Miss McMahon's chosen one. Bro, nobody's ready for heel Drew McIntyre. I don't know why it's taking him so long to turn heel.
I don't know. I think
he tried to say because it was because of John Cena's reason, but nobody ever looked up to you like they look up to John Cena, Drew. Stop playing.
But I think also too he want to keep that momentum from COVID. Like, he mad he never got to have that title run.
It's like, bro, COVID is over.
As a face, like, no, that's exactly why he's like, yeah, give me the chance to run the championship and actually be a face in front of a crowd. Because he was a face, he had a good run, but it's like no crowd.
I told you, bro. I felt like that face run was kind of ruining him because he was pandering to the crowd too much. He was coming out with the big ass sword and the whole nostalgia act. I was like, bro,
it's like sucks because he had that Royal Rumble between 2022. I mean, the 2020 Royal Rumble was fire. Like, they had some great moments at return, and he won that shit. And that was the last pay-per-view they had with people before we really went to COVID. And it just sucks because Drew was headed so like far into like being a main eventer, and then it all got taken away from him.
Sometimes, bro, if you want something that bad, you got to take it back with ruthless aggression. It is what it is. Come on, Drew. Stop playing, bro. Because nobody gave a shit about you for real when you were a face. But when you were a heel, you was one of the most talked about WWE superstars at that time. And everybody knew if they had a match with Drew McIntyre, they was probably going to go through hell. Nobody has that same type of fear or feel about you no more. You need to get that shit back. You too buff to be this nice and pandering to the crowd and all that other lame shit, bro. Leave that shit for Madcap and all them other weirdos and that be on that. And Sheamus and them, let them do all that. You can still be that dominant heel, bro, and especially with this build, you could be like a Scottish Bobby Lashley or a Scottish Roman Reigns type shit. You could do that, but you over here want to be Mr. Nice Guy. Cut that shit out.
Yeah, moving right along into another heavyweight dispute between Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. Man, this is storytelling at its finest in another fashion. Different than the bloodline that we're going to get into a little bit later, but man, I'm going to play spoiler right now. Seth retained.
Yeah.
And in the fashion he retained, I can't wait for Monday Night Raw. Because somebody's got to go.
I told you, bro, Seth Rollins got another 3 months with me. I was not going to mind this shit at all.
I bet. I feel like, bro, you guys have better have something for real, because you guys got me losing too much.
What if Finn Balor goes back to NXT and challenges Carmelo Hayes and takes his belt because he can't beat Seth Rollins?
No.
That should be crazy.
You feel they try to do you? You see they did you a joke?
Oh shit!
A joke, bro. Don't let that.
That's a very real possibility, though.
Finn, make it a denounceability. You know.
Triple H was in press conference interview saying that they don't really know who the leader is of the Judgment Day. You can make an argument that it's Rhea, or that it's Damian Priest, or that it's Finn Balor. But one person for sure, you know that it's not as dumb.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, when they have that type of narrative about you, Finn, you got to do something, brother. You got to do something, bro. Because what I just said is a very real possibility. You could easily be written back to NXT challenging Carmelo Hayes to be the 3-time NXT champion.
If you know what's good for you, Finn, you don't do that. If he knows good, he don't do that.
I really hope that doesn't happen, bro. Like,
man, he'll be demoted. Because you made it cool once. You can't do it twice.
That would be crazy, bro. And somebody's got to get a hold of this group, and Finn Balor better be the one to do it, bro. The Judgment Day ruined this match for Finn Balor. And it's really unfortunate because I felt like if the Judgment Day never got involved at all, Finn Balor probably would have went over in this match. Somebody has to be to blame for this shit.
I definitely think it's Damian Priest because he knew Finn was looking forward to getting the briefcase for him when he was asking and he was putting up resistance. And then all of a sudden he just randomly throws the briefcase because he knew Finn was going to use it after he was trying to do it his own way. But he's like, fuck it, at this point they're all out here, might as well make use of them. And then I feel like that's when Damian set him up and took discretion to the referee because he knew that briefcase was not going to work out the way he intended it to.
Yeah, and you think Finn told him, like, hey, put the briefcase right here, I'm going to hit him with the shit, and then go distract the ref.
If you go back and look, Finn was confused, but he just threw the briefcase and started to walk the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching, and then also, when he first came down, he said, "No, we're gonna do Plan A. We're doing Plan A." And like Damien was trying to be like, "No, I get it." He said, "No, Plan A, Plan A." Like so Damien brought them out there on a whole different other plan, and that's what was caused the miscommunication.
Yeah.
So what they're gonna, I feel like that's gonna be followed up on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Good retention for Seth Rollins though, for sure though.
Oh, yeah, that was a great match for Seth Rollins to retain in, and I've been saying from the very jump, his reign cannot be short, bro. You're the first World Heavyweight Champion in a very long time. You gotta get some respect on your name and this belt. And it took you so long to get this belt, bro. You can't give it up that easy. So I'm very happy that it played out this way for Seth Rollins at the end of the day. Even though Finn Balor deserved this belt, but it's like, bro, you're not going nowhere. You're good. We got you, Finn. Don't worry. But you got to understand, Seth has been holding it down since 2014. Every Monday Night Raw, he's on this motherfucker. So yeah, man, this is his payoff. Shout out Seth Rollins. But yeah, he's got 2 more months with me. 2 more months. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I want to see him maybe defend it 2 to 3 more times, and then on the 3rd defense, give it up.
Definitely. I feel like I don't know who's gonna drop the title to, but whoever he does, I hope it's a worthy person that keeps the legacy of this workhorse championship going.
Yeah, and not only that, but I wanted to continue to be someone that represents a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Finn Balor is a perfect someone that represents just that. Because even though his body structure isn't heavyweight, his persona is. You know what I mean? So that's why he can be a legible person to compete for this belt. But I want that to be the consistent factor for this title. Real heavyweight mentality. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. Up next, I want to talk about the triple threat match between Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Bianca Belair. This was one hell of a match. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And I gotta be honest, I did not expect Bianca Belair to win this match. It just seemed like the cards were stacked against her. It seemed like Charlotte was gonna be a hating ass bitch and throw her off in some type of fashion, and she kind of did. She injured Bianca Belair's knee by throwing her outside the ring, which set Bianca up at the end for Iyo Sky to come in and overall take the WWE Women's Championship away from Bianca. Now, that was a heartbreaking moment, but at the same time, I couldn't help but just be proud of Bianca Belair for overcoming all the odds and beating the best in the business in the same match. Bro, she just beat Asuka and Charlotte Flair in the same match. Like, man.
With a bum knee.
With a bum knee. You gotta tip your cap to her, man. She's literally the female John Cena, and I get emotional every time I talk or watch her wrestle, bro. Like, man, like it's just such a great thing to see for the culture.
Definitely. I think she's inspirational in more ways than one. I feel like she's a generational talent and a multi-generational talent. A lot of women that are athletic are going to be looking at her as the mold that they want to emulate and want to pursue, like, or be that prototype of Bianca Belair in a different generation or different era. And I feel like she's going to set a great example for that. So I can't knock anybody that's going to try to aspire to be like her.
Right.
Yeah, now it's time for the main event. We got Lil Jey taking on his big cuz Roman. And I'm just over here trying to understand, bro. This tribal combat, I feel like it was kind of lackluster just because I wanted to see a little bit more violence from him. But I feel like it just did a little bit more storytelling. And I'm like, I know it's the bloodline shit, but low-key, Jey always go the extra mile. He did some crazy shit. I just want to see Roman actually, like, do some crazy shit. He mostly was trying to do mind games and hit him with weapons when he was forced to. And then he's like, he got put through that table. And I was like, come on, Roman, you trying to take it easy on cuz.
I was actually impressed that Jey was actually able to get Roman up, like, physically, and then put him through that table. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, you know, I thought the only way Jey was gonna put Roman through a table is, like, if Roman actually, like, like kind of jumps up a little bit on his shoulders to
Yeah.
help him out. But like no, Jey on some John Cena shit picked him up, and then Samoan dropped him through that. I was like, okay, Jey, all right, there you go. They had a lot of great spots in this match.
Definitely, and I feel like, so I'm saying, it was more Jey doing the offense.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was mostly Roman on the defense and on the runaway, and then that's when Solo came in with the offense. This was actually a 3-on-1 handicap match, if we being honest, bro. And I say 3-on-1 because Jimmy, out of nowhere, comes and stops Jey from pinning Roman and ends up losing Jey the match. Now, again, as I said at the beginning of the show, I expected this and I was actually disappointed by this. I knew that they were going to have their match eventually, like their one-on-one match, but I just didn't expect it to get ready to happen so soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially after everything that they've just gone through, you wouldn't expect Jimmy to turn right now. I feel like this was like kind of forced.
Timing.
Yeah, it was definitely bad timing. And at the same time, though, it was kind of expected if you really look back at it. I mean, every match that Jey has ever had against Roman Reigns, Jimmy has always stopped the match, thrown in the towel for Jey. And if I was Jey, I would have nipped this in the bud a long time ago. Like, bro, why the fuck are you getting involved in my title matches? You making me look soft. Like, that's why I told you about Gunther, though. Gunther tells Imperium, do not come out here. If you come out here, I'm going to slap the shit out y'all. Because I'm not playing. If you make me look soft, you're not about to embarrass me in this ring. So, yeah, if I was Jey, I would have been told Jimmy, bro, like, do not get involved in my title matches. There's a reason why I'm main event Jey Uso, and you're not. Stay back. Like, I'm doing this. I'm the main event, nigga. And then I would have had my match with him. Like, I would have been got this match out the way a long time ago. And, yeah, like you said, bro, this was just bad timing. Another example of how I knew that Jimmy was possibly going to turn on Jey was because when Roman was out there cutting that promo, talking about, well, it was Jimmy the one that didn't want you to be the next tribal chief. He was the only one that had a problem with it. I was cool. And then, like, Jey acknowledged it. He was like, was that true? And Jimmy was like, yeah. I mean, like, at the time, yeah. Like, and then Jey was all like, okay, well, I'm going to turn on Roman anyway. And just completely left Jimmy alone after that. And I was all like, so you just going to let him slide? Again, another moment you should have pressed him about this shit. Like, you didn't even, you didn't really do nothing to him. You just let him slide. So Jey pretty much allowed this shit to happen to him.
Definitely, I agree with you. It was more so it could have been prevented if he would already fought Jimmy, or like it made more sense because he's like, oh, I know Jimmy, I gotta watch out for him. I beat him up already, but
right,
he thought he was cool with Jimmy, and Jimmy exposed him.
Exactly, like I said, he should have already had this match with Jimmy years ago. Because why are you getting involved in my title matches, bro? Mm-hmm. I'm main event Jey Uso. You like taquitos and fucking free beer and flights. Stay over there. I'm over here. Just you, big bro. You got to be first. Oh, you came out first.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Can I have some shine?
Now, Jey, welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
That's what Jimmy's doing. He's locking him down.
He's locking him down.
That's what's happening, bro. Jimmy was on his way out the door not too long ago.
Oh well, he's not anymore. U-turn.
Wow,
down 6.
Jimmy trying to be on his Matt Hardy shit, huh?
For sure.
He a hating ass nigga, bro. He don't want to see Jeff win.
He fit the mold perfectly of a Matt Hardy type nigga.
Yeah, he is. This is how that's panning out.
He's the leader of the tag team, but he's not better than him.
Right. That's crazy. I know Jimmy be hating on the low. Jimmy always been hating on the low. The proof has been in the pudding.
You say you're a 90?
Right.
89, okay.
Over me?
I definitely got over. I'm turning heel on him.
I told you, bro, like when Jimmy looked like he was damn near wearing that James Harden fat suit, and then like out of nowhere we was talking that shit about him, and then he came back looking just as slim as Jey was again. I was like, yeah, That was all a sign. That was all a sign. He was like, nah, I wanted to be the next tribal chief. Hold up. I can get right.
Please work. Pause.
I can't wait to see how this is about to pan out on the next Friday Night SmackDown. Because this has to be acknowledged.
I can't wait. Remember, only one.
Appreciate everybody out there watching with us. Again, it's your boy, the Franchise Kid, Franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
Think I need a Fiji water. You know what it is, man.
And you guys have been watching Wrestling with Exotics. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share this shit with the world, y'all.
And turn on your post notifications so you know every time we drop a track. And make sure you guys go check out our shop at pcfshop.myshopify.com. We got something for everybody on there, man. Guaranteed. Peace.